Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2017 video. Today we're in the Class 43 with the Class 43 Enhancement Pack by Armstrong Powerhouse, and we're on the Creative Rails York to Newcastle, or York to Peterborough Modern. Quick little run down this route. I know a few people were asking for it on Facebook and on YouTube, so I'll give it a bash. We'll have a quick look around York while we're here, and then we'll get the 43 ready to go. So yeah, it's not too bad, and the NRM's quite well modelled. I quite like that. And I think there's also, yeah, so this is the 185 depot, isn't it? It's a TransPennine that have got it here. This little bit here looks just like the one at Peterborough though, which is also Bachmann used it for the single road servicing depot. And this diesel depot's been kicking about in Train Simulator for a billion years. This was on Headborough North years ago, I remember. Right, anyway, so York looks like York. Can't really moan. Stick that into neutral, tail lights off, marker lights on, headlights on. We have a red there, so we'll just hold off. Got the rear cab and stick our ETS on, tail lights are on. Now with this route, if it says we've got a red, oh yeah, there is something actually coming in. Sometimes you can be stuck at a red and not have anything. You might have also heard that I've got somebody else in the room with me today, and that is my son. He is here because his mum's gone out and I need to get a video done. So he's in the shed with me. So if you hear him pipe up every now and again, it is pretty normal. I'll try and keep him quiet. He's got an iPad and some sweets, so that should keep him pretty quiet. Okay, we'll wait for this other HST to come in, and then we'll get going. Please note that because it's a quick drive, the stock isn't time period correct. I'll also have the Valenta sound packs on it, or even just the default Coogee, I can't remember yet. So wait for this to come in, wait for our green, and we'll get going. So I'd hope that that would be green by now. Let's have a little look at what's going on. Okay. Next one is not till down here. It is on the same line as me, but now we see we could sit here for ages. So we're leaving York platform 3 and getting to platform 2 at Peterborough, I think it is. Yeah, platform 2. So, yeah, I'm going to brave it, you know. Oh, have I got exit on SPAD on? Nope. Okay. So we've got the National Galleries of Scotland, 43,320. And then on the rear, we have East Riding of Yorkshire, 43,314. So if you watched the last video with the GWR 43, you will have probably noticed that the sounds are a bit off in the cab. Armstrong Powerhouse themselves actually commented on my video. It's because EFX keeps turning itself off. It seems to have stopped doing it today. I've managed to have a good fiddle and get all my settings pretty much where I want them. So we're looking good. We're looking good. Getting a healthy frame rate and a nice crisp picture. We're not getting too much sort of screen crazing or anything. So it should be nice to have a look down this route and see the bits and pieces. It's not the best in the world, but it is definitely not the worst. I think the only thing I've got turned down is the shadow detail. This route itself isn't massively frame rate heavy either. So if you usually have to turn some bits down, with this route you can usually turn some bits up. I find it about on par with Edinburgh to Glasgow. But Edinburgh to Glasgow for me runs on my normal settings at about a billion, million, trillion frames per second. But nah, it usually sits about 50-60. So yeah, I haven't actually driven anything since the last video. I've had to had a few little bits and pieces I've had to sort out with my computer, and a few little bits and pieces I've had to sort out with the shed. Oh, you wouldn't have been on my track anyway. I thought I was being shifted over to there with those points, but I wasn't. What I like about this route is the view in the distance. You see it further on when we get further down towards Peterborough as well. It just, I don't know how much routes, I don't know if maybe it's just because I haven't noticed it so much, because this route will be pretty flat. But I just quite like it. So records we're getting in about 13:27. I'm not convinced by that, but we'll see. I've got the time, we'll get some exterior shots while we're here. Might even get the screenshot ready for the Sod's Law tree got in the way there. The post. I should really pause it. There we go, I like that. I wasn't good. I was trying to do it without pausing it for you guys, but it's quite a cool thing about this route is that it does include Stoke Bank, and there was somebody on the, I think it was on Facebook, one of the Reskins pages on Facebook or Railsim Users Group, was so he'd managed to get the HST up to 139, and I was having a little think about this. I don't think there hasn't been a speed record done with an MTU engines class 43, so at the moment we don't know what they can do. We know it would be unlikely for it ever to be allowed at this age, but it was an unknown. So on this route especially, Stoke Bank, in 1987, the 1st of November, the class 43, the HST, became the fastest diesel locomotive, doing 148 mile an hour, which is pretty quick. They reckon the record's been broken twice after that. One of them I'm a bit cagey about. One's in Russia in 1992, and that was supposedly 168. Now the Spanish one is a possibility, and that was in 2002 of 159 mile an hour. The reason I struggle with the Russian one is because if Russia did do a speed record in 1992, they would have made a big song and a dance about it. They would have made sure it was verified and everything like that, and they didn't, which I just find a little bit hard to believe. The Spanish one, 2002, I don't think they were expected to do it. The fastest an HST's been in actual passenger service though was 144 mile an hour. That was north of York, and that was on the 27th of September 1985 during a special press run to celebrate the launch of the Tees Time Pullman service. So those times were all Valenta powered ones. So we don't know. I was definitely a big fan of the GNR livery. I was a big fan of GNR, full stop if I'm honest. It definitely suited both the 91s and the 43s really well. I was sad to see it go, though what I've heard is it's actually sitting there because the paint was put on so well by GNR that everything is still pretty much painted in GNR livery underneath. Those sounds are lovely. So I mean, Creative Rails have done a few different routes. They did China Clay for export, which didn't end up being on Steam. And then they did this, but for the 70s, I think it was, BR Blue era. I'm coming right down actually. I'm going into Doncaster. Oh, gonna run a red. Not that that tends to be too much of an issue on this route. I was expecting to hit a red at some point. And then they've done the East Coast one, so the British Rail one, it's called East Coast British Rail. Say where it's when it's based, but I can see Deltics and Blue 56s. Yes. What makes me laugh on their page though is that there's a sign that says now £24.99, used to be £39.99. I mean, it's a nice route. Is it £39.99's worth of route? No, it's definitely not. I'm sorry. And at no point could I see it being worth £39.99. There are a lot more detailed routes for less money available through the likes of DTG, Just Trains, Armstrong Powerhouse, and the likes. I mean, Doncaster looks good. It looks like Doncaster, and it's got. I was quite lucky we stopped here. Actually, I could give you a tour of the works and that. So it has got. To be fair, I've never really seen behind that big building, that big brick building there. So I don't know what is actually behind here, but I'm guessing this is probably a roughly decent representation of it. There's plenty of sheds about. I mean, you could do some starting off in the works sort of thing. Like bringing a 91 up for overhaul. That would be cool. And I was actually thinking there's some new kids on the block with some modelling stuff called Master Key Simulations. Look them up on Facebook if you haven't already. I don't think they've got an actual website, but they've definitely got a Facebook page, and they've got some renders of some 43, 47, 43 HST. I don't think they've got much of the render for, but it's going to be a whole new HST supposedly, and a 47, a whole new 47. And I was thinking, as much as the 460 is one of my sort of favourite southern units, just because of the front of the cab on the luggage van end, those sort of sloped cabs, I really liked them, and I thought, well, if it comes out I'll buy it, but I've got nothing really, nowhere really to use it. London to Brighton, yeah, to Gatwick runs and that, like the 442s. But then I thought, well, they came up to Doncaster to be converted into, what were they, 485s? 485s, then ended up 485-2s or whatever. Or 485-1s, can't remember. But I thought, I'll be able to do that. So I can bomb them. I don't know how they were delivered. I don't know if they came up, what they were towed by or anything. So it'd be interesting to find that out. I look forward to hearing from these Master Key Simulations guys. Their work already looks very, 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 very nice. They might have even got up by road, to be fair. I think also they were asking for people that were familiar with 334s as well, so Juniper sort of stock would be nice. So they weren't 485s, they were 458s. And it looks like they went by road. So that's that little bit out of the question. I think I'd still do it. I think I'd still do it. I would like to see a 334. Still a very satisfying train to drive this now. I will say that I haven't actually got any like extra scenarios for this route, so I've only really been doing quick drives with the scenarios that come with it. So we'll look at getting some more scenarios and having a run with those. I haven't actually driven the 91 up here yet either. So I'm probably going to cut this video a little bit short today. I'm hoping this diverges somewhere nicely to stop. Just because my day hasn't quite gone as planned. So I'm going to stop in about, hopefully, a couple of minutes. So we'll stop at Retford. As we're doing, it seems to be a stopping pattern. HSTs and the GNR days, they tried to keep them mainly on the non-stop services because they were more efficient at full speed. It didn't always work out that way at all, but it was the general plan. So what I'll do is when I get a chance, I'll do part 2 of this from Retford down to Peterborough. Sorry it isn't the full journey, even though it's what I had planned. the little man needs a toilet, and the wife's just got home, so it means I've got to go in and see what I've not done today. So, thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Keep your eyes peeled for part 2. That'll be Retford down to Peterborough. I hope you've all gone out there and bought this Armstrong Powerhouse pack, because it is awesome. And I will catch you guys probably Tuesday, I'd think. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.